My name is Ben Knowles from East Coast Yacht Sales, and this is a detailed walkthrough tour of a Lyman Morse 52 motor yacht named G3. The 52 Lyman Morse are wonderful boats because they have a nice balance between speed and volume, with a speed range of around 20 knots and having great volume with an aft master, a very comfortable forward VIP, and a flybridge to die for. There is so much to love about these boats. And with this particular boat, having had a major refit in 2006 with new engines, new generator, completely gone through engine room, I can't wait to show you this boat, so stand by and have a look. If you do have questions, feel free to reach out to me using the information below this video. So we're going to start our tour of G3 on the aft end of the boat with a swim platform, and as you can see, you have 3 stainless recessed cleats for when you want to tie up your tender. But on a beautiful morning, just as we have here in Stonington, Connecticut, this aft cockpit area is a wonderful place to sit back here. You have some bench seating here with storage underneath. But a beautiful place to just sit back here early in the morning and enjoy the views. You have a transom door here which takes you into this cockpit, and you can see how you have direct access from the aft master stateroom, which I'll get to in a minute, to this aft cockpit. And you have nice bulwarks back here for if you want to sit back here while underway. But on a nice morning, this certainly would be the spot to be. You have a dockside water hookup, and also you have a shore power hookup right here as well, and additional hookups elsewhere on the boat. This deck storage here is a really deep storage compartment, but also houses important equipment like your Northern Lights generator, which was replaced in 2006. You have your stern thruster. Look at how intricate the steering gear is, how well labeled even your batteries are, with replacement in 17. Everything on here is just in beautiful, beautiful shape. Even the bilges have been all gripped. But carrying on to port, you have these side decks, which will take us all the way up to the bow of the boat. Beautiful stainless handrails, you can see. So every bit of exterior was painted as well, and you can just see how shiny it is with the reflections. Same thing with the non-skid underfoot. Non-skid's in great shape. You have these 2 sliding side doors into the salon, which I'll get to in a minute. There's another shore power hookup here with dockside water as well. Anchoring system forward is substantial, as one would expect for a yacht of this caliber. Maxwell anchor windlass with a choice of 2 different kinds of anchors, 2 different roads. I love these beautiful hawse pipes and ship style cleats. The varnish is in excellent shape. And you can see how nice the stainless is. It's very heavy gauge, solid, just like the rest of the boat. We'll do a quick shot looking aft. And that's where we're headed, to this beautiful fly bridge. So let's go ahead there now. Walking aft on the starboard side of the boat. Again, you can see your other sliding door into the salon. And you have two ways to get up to the fly bridge. You can choose to go up on the starboard side where you have a handhold here. You have a step, and then see how this is a rounded house, but they've have a nice flat section here just for good footing. And then you have a stainless grab rail to port to make your way up to the bridge. So let's go ahead and do that now. And this fly bridge has, as you can see, a really nice fiberglass hardtop as well. This is an easy 2CY enclosure where this panel can flip up, starboard panel can flip up, and you have two hatches that open facing forward for more ventilation. But look at the size of this teak table. This is the size of a table that you'd have for dining tables down below in the salon, and this is just up here on the fly bridge. So much seating. I love the L-shaped seating here, and you can just envision yourself stretching out here while underway. Dual stood seats, which is great for you and your companion to have a nice comfortable seated position for the long runs. You even off to starboard here, they even give you a refrigerator. And just at an arm's length reach, you have on a flybridge electrical panel with various running lights, floodlights, switches for your Garmin electronics and whatnot. So here are your Helm here, cat displays, 7212 Garmin screen, 7612 Garmin screen, Simrad autopilot, bow and stern thrusters, trim tabs, Glendenning engine controls. You can even control your anchor windlass from up here. But just take a second, look at the visibility that you have. It's so wonderful. This is where you're going to be running the boat most of the time. And the fact that you have this full enclosure makes this really an all-weather seating area. So even if it's raining or whatnot, you're likely going to be running the boat up here. Some P&G depth and speed instruments, VHF radio, your spotlight here, just a kind of a catch-all storage area with chargers and whatnot for your phones. I love this detail here. This is a light that turns on when your generator is on, and each of these individual lights are indicator lights if any of your bilge pumps are going off, and of course you have 3 high water bilge alarms right there too. So underneath here is a beautiful storage space. I'm just gonna turn on the lights for the storage space here. Let's just take a look at how much and how well lit this space is. This is literally, could be a cabin in here. Look at how nicely run and labeled everything is. That's your horn compressor right there. 110 power. Just so nicely executed. And then can't have enough storage. These are just great drawers, a series of drawers. And this is a dumbwaiter. So I'll show you in the salon, but this is where you can pick up food and drinks that are pushed up through the dumbwaiter down below. So that's great because if you are fixing drinks and whatnot, you don't have to carry them all the way up to the bridge. Plenty of storage underneath these seats, but not a bad place to spend your days up here. Now let's go down into the salon. As we make our way down, we'll just take a quick look at the tender launch system here. I love this cover. This is an aluminum AB tender that does go with the boat. But you have with this crane and mast system, you're able to easily launch the tender using this winches right here. So it's nice to keep your boat up and out of the water, nice and high and dry. And another thing is in addition to being able to get to below off to starboard here, you can choose to come aft here and go down below this way as well. So now let's go ahead and take a look in the salon. So this is the starboard sliding door access. Obviously you have your second helm here to starboard. 3 fixed windows forward with ocean air blinds that drop down. You have ocean air blinds throughout, which is really nice. But similar to up on the bridge, dual Garmin electronics, Cyberad displays, bow and stern thrusters. This is your generator control here. Tank tender for tank levels, VHF, windshield wiper control. And docking this boat is made really easy thanks to these 2 very large side access doors. And of course your bow and stern thrusters. But just looking around real quick, you can see how nice and open. Look at how large of an opening space you have here for the galley. And aft, these huge windows were redone in 2010, I believe. They look much more modern and are in excellent condition. This is a huge drop leaf teak table. It's beautiful with storage in between, but when this table pops out, you can seat a lot of people. And this seating area here is the best seat in the house. It's super comfortable to be able to just kick your feet up and relax, read a book. It's a really nice place to be. And with these sliding opening doors, port and starboard here, you also do have some bug screens that pop out. And of course, just like the rest of the boat, you have ocean air shades if you want. I did speak earlier about the dumbwaiter. This is the dumbwaiter that you pull down. So you can load this up with food, drinks, and beverages, and push that all up to the bridge. So you can have 2 hands going up there. It's a really nice feature to have and something you'll use all the time. Obviously you have a TV here, various bookshelves, beautiful cabinetry. This is a nice and open space if you want to have an ice maker or something up here. Spot for drinks and booze. One of the primary benefits of having an aft cabin is just how much privacy that gives you and your guests on board the boat. I'm about to show you how nice of an aft cabin you have on this particular boat, but just take a look and see just how far away you are from your guests. They have their own nice private head with stall shower, which is very large, and giving you plenty of privacy to have a wonderful, huge aft master. And just look at this berth. Super easy to make. Look at how large these stainless opening window ports are. They're huge, and you can put bug screens in them as well. Storage is plentiful. You can really call this your second home. All this built-in drawer storage, hanging locker storage, it is absolutely wonderful. And of course, I showed you that door to get you access to the aft cockpit for your morning coffee. And here is your ensuite head, freshwater vacuum flush head. Opening hatch, and I love how they do these blackout boards for your for these hatches. It's really clean and nice. And then aft here is a very generous stall shower with a view. Really nice. But this is a really quiet cabin back here. Lots of privacy. This is a secondary access into the engine space, which I'll get to in a minute. But now let's go forward and take a look at the galley. Love all the light. You really feel connected with the water with all the natural light that's coming in here. Beautiful views, just so gorgeous. Okay, so here we are headed down to the galley. I mentioned earlier just how large of an opening this is, and look at how much counter space that you have. A huge amount of refrigeration, both top access refrigeration here, and then access through here as well. This is your freezer in here, deep freeze. Beautiful storage throughout. Dual deep dish stainless steel sinks. Electric oven and cooktop. For storage above. And even with this very large opening here, really feeling like you're still connected with everyone in the salon, you still also have these window ports so you can peek out and see what's going on out on the water. Really nice, right at eye level. And this door here is your day access to the head. Moving into the guest stateroom, they have a very nice berth with plenty of headroom. If I had to guess, we probably have about 6'8" headroom in this cabin. And they even have their own place to sit and relax in private and just cool off for a second, read a book. So this is really nice to give them their own private place to sit and relax, well, other than just having a bed. Really nice sized bed. I love the teak battens lining the hull, opening hatch, opening window ports. Of course, they have their own air conditioner. And as I showed you earlier, here is your ensuite head. There is so much space in this head, it's incredible. And you even have a full stacked washer dryer, which is great, particularly when cruising long distance. And you have enough space to be able to manage clothes and do everything you need to do. And here is your stall shower, also with a view. The heart of any boat is the engine room, and the engine room on G3 is incredibly impressive. I'm going to pop down here real quick and show you exactly what I'm talking about. There are 3 ways to get down below here. These steps, you can also go through these steps to the aft cabin, and you can also go through here as well to get down to this engine space. In 2006, when this boat underwent a comprehensive refit, they had replaced the engines and the generator on the boat. While the engine and generator was out, they also took the opportunity to fair and all grip this engine space and totally redo everything on board, including new air conditioning units. Not certain if they redid the wiring, but the wiring is very impressive. Fireboard fire suppression system. This tank right now is being used as a water tank. It's 118 gallons, but it was designed for a fuel tank. So if you wanted to increase the amount of fuel on board, right now there's 800 gallons with about 300 and change of water. If you wanted to convert about 110, 115 gallons to fuel, you can do that by converting this tank. So these are the Caterpillar C12 engines. Very reliable. There's about 2,400 hours on the engines right now. The full 1,000-hour servicing was done in November of 2019, which means that they did replace the aftercooler cores and all the cooling systems or cooling cores on board the boat. That's a big service. You can see how you have dual Raycor filters. Traveling further aft, you have a reverse oil change pump, various battery selectors, your hydraulics for your steering, battery charger. These dripless shaft seals have been replaced around 2013, I believe. This is a nice shelf if you want to put some Tupperware boxes down here for various filters and whatnot. Just take a look at this engine space. It's gorgeous. It's so easy to keep this surface clean. Look at how they made up these custom fiberglass tubes for your raw water systems. And your through holes are of the best quality. Here you have a water maker which has been recently installed. It's the Aqua Whisper Pro. 2 water heaters. And just take a second and look at how much space you have in front of the engines on either side, which means that you can get to the outboard side quite easily. The amount of space on the outboard side of the engines on this boat is really impressive. I'll take a look at the port side here. Really nice to have that, and again, because everything is faired and painted, it's just gorgeous. It's really an unbelievable engine space. So when cruising this boat at 1900 RPMs, you're burning about 38 gallons an hour, and that is going to be pushing you to about 19 knots. And so that gives you, with 800 gallons of fuel, with a 10% fuel reserve, that gives you about 360 nautical mile range. And that's at about 70% load on the engine. If you wanted to slow down to 9 knots, more trawler speed, you'd be burning roughly 7.5 gallons an hour with just shy of a 900 nautical mile range with that fuel reserve. This will conclude the walkthrough tour of G3. If you have any more questions or would like to hop on board, please feel free to reach out to me using the information below this video.